How's it going, everyone? My name is System Z, and I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July yesterday, and if you do not celebrate it, I hope you had a good day nonetheless. Today I've got a bit of a treat for you. This is 10 really cool designs for interior building in Minecraft. These are all pieces of furniture that I use often and other people use. These are not my designs. Some of them are, but not all of them, and I'm not going to say which ones are which. I don't have the names of the people who made certain pieces, but I will try and provide any credit I can in the video nonetheless. But most of these are just general ones that are thrown around the Minecraft community, and I've seen on servers and stuff like that, so there's no proper way to credit people. Anyways, let's go ahead and get straight on with the list. If you enjoy this video and want to see more of this type of content, please let me know in the comments below. Anyways, if you enjoy, leave a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing on our list is this very generic and simple shelf. Now this is something a lot of people do, but at the same time, this particular style and design is very unique. I will not claim that I made this, but I don't really see this much. This is something that I love to do, and I figured it'd be the perfect touch for slot number 1 on this video. So what we have here is a 2x3 shelf made out of 6 stairs and 6 spruce blocks. The way I've achieved this look is by, if we go over here on the back, you'll see I've changed the blocks on the wall to the same exact texture. Now what this does is creates kind of a back plate on the shelf, which is kind of more realistic to shelves instead of connecting the two together. And this allows me to get this two block in width kind of size of the shelf as opposed to a 3 in size. Whereas if we did one where this side was facing this side over here, and then one over there, and then one in the middle that connected them, we'd have a much thinner, not nearly as big open area inside, and it just wouldn't look right. I think the 2x3 shelf is perfect. It's also accompanied by this blue clock, and I think it makes it all look awesome. Now, any player heads you see in this video that you like, you can find in the description below. That's where I got them all. But that is pretty much it for design number 1. Alright, so the next thing on our list is this very simple to build sofa. This is actually a more modern design, however it fits really anywhere. I've been able to place it in rustic living rooms and all that kind of stuff. It looks really nice, and it actually features our cabinet design. It's not really my cabinet design, but I've been using it for a long time. I have videos on it. You can actually find a video in the description, or a link in the description for the video. But essentially this is just 2 stairs followed by 2 other ones, but facing this way, kind of cornering, and then a half slab on the end with a half slab in the middle for kind of a ottoman / coffee table, with the cabinet right there, maybe to store some remotes, and accompanied by a flower pot with I don't know the name of that flower. But along with this, we actually have some signs on the back, and this kind of really ties it all together and makes it look extremely comfortable to me. I don't know why, but this is something I love to use, and whenever I'm building anything that has a living room, this is typically the sofa I use. But that's gonna pretty much do it for this particular design. Let's move on to the next one. This one is actually extremely different, and I think this is something not a lot of people have seen. Maybe this particular desk, but not really what I'm doing here. You'll notice that the chair is pushed up under the desk. This is a concept I actually got from the Builds Creative server. It's something that I actually really liked. It's kind of like this neat desk. It's something put away. The stool is tucked up under it. Maybe this is a workstation. This could go in a woodworking shop, something like that. But the chair is actually pushed up under it. You don't really see that much. And the chair is a very simple, sign with a half slab. And the desk is extremely simple. These are just half slabs, or not half slabs, trap doors with signs under them. And it kind of creates that really, put together wooden, throwaway table makeshift kind of thing. And I think it looks awesome. And that kind of was the perfect fit for number 3 on this list. It's simple, cheap to make, and looks great. Let's go ahead and move on to the next design. This one I am positive you guys have seen before. It actually features those cabinets again. This is kind of like a dresser. It can go really in any room, bedroom usually. It could even fit in a kitchen, believe it or not. Kind of a weird thing, but maybe under a window. We have a nice cactus and a flower pot, a clock, again, player head, link in the description below. I also have a link for the video where I show how to make these cabinets, but using this design, which all can be done in vanilla Minecraft, this, however, is a, creative thing using command blocks. You can kind of substitute that with something else if you don't want to use player heads and want to do this in survival. But those aren't the main thing. This design is. But this could be kind of used as anything, a dresser, even a desk. If you take this out and put a half slab in it, it works. It's got 2 cabinets on the side, maybe put a laptop on the top. I don't know, but this is kind of one of my favorite designs for some sort of drawer unit or, dresser. And you could even put a painting above it. It would just work perfectly. It does work perfectly. I've used it several times. And yeah, perfect candidate for this list. So let's go ahead and move on to the next design. All right, now this design is actually very, very similar to the first one we did. It's kind of a wardrobe, and I think it really works perfect for it. It is kind of the basic shelf, a little bit shorter. It's like a 2 and 2.5 in height kind of thing, but using the same exact technique where you hide the wall, or hide the back of the wall basically with the same texture, kind of like a back plate, creates this effect. And it's supposed to just kind of look like a wardrobe type thing, and it actually goes really well with this dresser that I just sewed. So yeah, I'd really recommend it. Very simple, but I figured I would throw it in nonetheless. Let's go ahead and continue on with the next design. This one is my all-time favorite, I think. It actually fits really well in a lot of designs, and this is actually featuring a unique little thing I kind of got from one of Grian's videos. He put a banner on the back of a kind of door, kind of a chair, more of a door, but it just worked perfectly for a chair, so I have him to credit entirely for this chair design. I don't know what video it was in, but I definitely recommend it. It looks amazing. It's just a simple red banner. That is a banner, right? Yeah, a banner. You know what it is. Just on the back. This can be done in survival with a nice half slab and then 2 signs. The desk is very simple. Just 2 upside down stairs and a half slab. This is a writing desk in particular. This is like a pencil holder where this is like kind of a sheet of paper and then books. Kind of maybe some inspiration or previously written books, maybe magazines. I don't know, but this all together works really well. Despite this being a door, you could easily retexture this, but it really works without it. This is one of my favorite pieces, and I definitely use this a lot, so I'm sure you guys have seen it. Anyways, let's move on with the next piece. I lied. This is actually my favorite design. Granted, this is a, workstation slash desk, while this is a shelf. But regardless, this classifies as my favorite piece. Very beautiful, very simple, and I really wish I could tell you guys who the original creator of this was. Unfortunately, I have no clue, and I could not find anything, kind of pointing me in the right direction. It's very unfortunate. But if any of you in the comments knows who was the originator of this idea, please feel free to link them in the comments below. But anyways, this is using armor stands as the legs for a shelf. This is amazing to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do it real quick. It's kind of difficult, but not really. It's pretty easy once you kind of understand the concept, and it's not something that takes forever like a lot of armor stand stuff does. This could be done in literally 10 seconds. So let's go ahead and learn how to do that. You're going to start with 2 armor stands in place where you want your legs to be for the shelf, as well as 1 wall. This is what the shelf will be laying against. Go ahead and place a half slab on the top half of the second block, and then you're going to want to basically do 2 more on the outside, just like that and that pattern. This is so that you can push them in place with pistons, otherwise you would not be able to place them in the correct position. You're going to do the same thing with some trap doors, just like this, using redstone to power them. You can get them into place just like that, and that is pretty much how you get it built. Alright, now once you've got the nice little shelf built with the, legs and everything, you're going to go ahead and accompany it with a flower pot with an acacia sapling, some books, and a painting. This is actually my favorite painting. I don't know why, but it's pretty nice. But that pretty much makes up this design. Now, you're not going to have to stop there. You can really do a lot of things with this. You could actually put, for example, a painting that is a TV up there. Well, I don't know if they have any in the 2x3 size, but you can actually make this go as long as you want. You could actually even add more legs. This is just one design. You could do one that's 4 blocks wide or whatever, 5 blocks wide, 28 blocks wide. It really does not matter. It does not end. You can do that, as long as you want. You just cannot really edit the height. I mean, you could maybe go up by 1 more block if, for example, you had maybe a block under this and it would look kind of weird but still the same. You get what I'm saying. But there's a lot of possibilities. Anyways, let's move on with the next design. This one is one I know for a fact you guys have seen. This is like a bar stool type thing. It could also work for like a kitchen. I just figured I'd throw it in just to kind of add to the video. But it's basically a bar stool and bar matching set. Now the bar stools are really cool. It's basically a powered piston with a trapdoor on top. Now once you place the trapdoor, you can get the sign on there. And this kind of offers two different seat types. You can have one where there's a floating sign and one where the trapdoor is the back with a sign kind of on it to maybe hold the cushion in or something. I don't know. But it's really cool, and the bar like itself is really cool too, is because it's kind of like carved. It fits that rustic theme really well. That's basically just stairs and half slabs. And the half slabs on the back are just to kind of bring the cook or bartender to like player height, I guess, if they were sitting in there. I don't know. I thought it was really cool and I figured I'd add it in. Let's go ahead and continue with the next design. The last two are extremely huge, and I apologize for that, but these are all kind of a mix of some really cool things so that you could create a really cool area in a room or something like that in your house. Now this one is actually a bedroom kind of design. I've got a nice layer of bookshelves above everything, followed by this little nightstand with a chest on top. Now again, link in the description of the tutorial on how I did these. The bed is really cool. It's basically just wool, as you can see, with carpets and then snow stacked up to 2 layers. I think this makes a really cool set of pillows along with a carpet to make it look like the blanket is folded and everything is tucked up under it and all neat. And then another nightstand on this side. My favorite thing though is this. This is another thing I learned and picked up from the Build Creative server. It's a lamp. That is amazing to me. Seriously amazing. Basically, just put a block down, put the player head on the block, take away the block, put a lever. Just like that. And it creates a very, very nice wall-attached lamp. Now, obviously, it doesn't give off any light, so what you can do is hide glowstone somewhere near it. This kind of doesn't work because it is behind a wall, and if you had another wall here, you wouldn't see it. But just as an example, I don't know, you could find a place to hide it, and once you do get proper lighting in there, it works. I really like the glowstone. I thought it fit more towards survival or vanilla resource pack anyways, more than it would otherwise. Like if you used a white lampshade, it would look really modern and wouldn't fit. But this is kind of the main reason I built this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. That is amazing, so simple and cheap to make. Obviously you can't do it in survival without access to player heads, but nonetheless still really cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the last design. What better way to end off a video about Minecraft interior furniture than with a fireplace? This is probably my favorite design just because it's got its own shelf, a nice row of anvils to guard you from the fire, and a lot of other cool features. I see this on servers quite a bit, and it always never fails to captivate me. This is one of my favorite fireplace designs, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. Basically, you're going to get some stairs, put them upside down and normal to get a really cool shape. Now what I've done here is done a normal stair, upside down, a row of upside down, and then matching on this side with an optional set of half slabs on the top just to kind of close the shelf in and make it feel really compact but comfortable. I've also got the shelf kind of accompanied by a flower pot with an acacia sapling on it, and a row of books with a player head. One of my favorite things about it, aside from the shelf, is this row of anvils, kind of making it like a guarded rail. I just love that. It makes it look so royal and rustic and just perfect overall. I've also got some iron bars. I don't really know why, but I just do, and I decided to add them. Now, one thing I should mention is you do have to have fire tick disabled in order to use this. You can do that using /game rule do fire tick false. If you don't, things might burn down, unless you use brick or cobblestone for the stairs, but I thought wood looked best. But if you do that and copy me, make sure you disable fire or you're gonna have a bad time. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, please make sure to let me know in the comments below. I would love to do more of these types of videos. I actually have one planned for exterior types of builds. If you'd like to see that, please let me know and I will get that to you stat. Anyways guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you like Minecraft content, as I'm sure you do, why else would you be on this video, maybe check out my channel and consider subscribing. I've got a lot of cool stuff and people seem to really like it, so hopefully you will too. Anyways guys, thanks for watching.